Thank you very much. Here is Scott. You're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. I love Canada. I'd rather live next door to a Canadian than a fucking nigger.
All right, that's not helping. Earl, don't even bother. Don't even bother. You're in a bad mood today, huh, Earl?
Yeah.
What's got you down, pal?
Personal, professional.
All right, let's go through it. What's wrong personally?
Let's just say I got dragged into something that I did not want to get dragged into.
What happened professionally?
Same thing. I got dragged into something that
What's let you down? Be specific.
Right at this specific moment.
Yes.
What? Right, honestly, no one's head is in the game right now.
None of your staff, none of your team.
I'm just I'm not in the game right now.
Yeah.
I'm not in the game right now.
Who's letting you down in there? Paulie? Harry? Who's letting you down?
No, just we're just not clicking. We're not in sync at all.
What is it, Harry?
Earl, what exactly am I doing that's not in the game?
No, I'm just saying I don't want to have this.
What is going on?
Specifically, tell me what I'm doing that's not in the game. I'm running back and forth to get some audio that I didn't have. What am I doing that's not in the game?
Well, you want to? You really want to have this out now?
But
you really
yes,
want to have this
because
out
you're making it sound like I'm not in. What am I doing?
I'm just saying collectively we're not in the game.
What is it, Harry? You seem like you're upset.
He does this all the time. He makes these generalizations that we're not all in the game.
Right.
What is it? What am I doing, Earl?
When he says we, he means you, Harry. Let's face it.
Well, then what am I doing? If it's just me, what am I doing?
What is it, Earl? What's going on?
American Earl, what's wrong with Canadian Harry?
Seriously. Or are you just using him as an excuse?
Well, you know what it is? No, I think it's just such a cumulative thing at the same time.
What does that mean?
It means built up over time with you, Harry.
But he does this all the time, and now we were going to have a meeting in there during the break. What did I do?
No,
I want to know what I did.
No, I mean, it wasn't
you feel like he sells you out, Harry?
Yeah, not all the time, but occasionally he does these things where, maybe things aren't working out or in the back.
Is he using you as a human shield?
I don't want to say that, but like right now it's just, right now for this moment, he kind of is.
No, when I say things in generalizations, I encourage you to think.
I don't know what that means.
No, he does that all the time. He just has these generalizations. I want to know what I did.
No, when I say specific things like, and Ronnie and Fez, you've been in these meetings where we just question yourself, why are you here? Do you want to be here? Do you want? How bad do you want it? Things that encourage you to really think. Like how much?
What goes on over there? I do not understand what goes on in that room. Harry, you tell me what goes on.
Nothing is going on in that room. Yeah. That's the thing that bothers me.
Right.
He'll have these things where he'll shout at people.
His attitude, Earl's attitude, has changed from being like totally upset, where I had to go, "What's going on?" to, "Oh, everything's okay. It's just cumulative." Like now, he's in a better mood about it. So, Harry, you feel like you just been picked on?
No, I'm not picked on, but sometimes I think he blows things extremely out of proportion where he creates this story like something. One time he had a meeting where he had to address, me and the interns and go, when I'm in there, nobody talk. And no one was talking. I don't understand what he was getting
no one
at.
was
Are you saying all this is in Earl's head?
In certain aspects of it, yeah.
No, that came from, this is what'll be happening. You guys will be on the air, right?
Right.
And
killing,
and I'm trying to basically listen to the show,
right? And they don't.
I'm not saying they don't, but imagine if you were doing the show and someone was tapping you on the shoulder every 3 seconds.
I'd go crazy.
Exactly. Or,
all right, who else besides Harry is a fuck up? Bill, Paulie, Bobby. Who else?
No, I'm just trying.
Let's rank them by as crazy as they. Who would be number one? Harry.
What, as far as driving me crazy?
Yeah.
You can say it if it's me. I don't care.
I'm trying to because of the former ulcers, I'm just trying to stay under control. And
so you're killing. First of all, Harry not only gave Fez a heart attack, he's now giving you an ulcer.
No, I'm not. I am not getting another ulcer.
You are like a superhero, like some kind of a mutant superhero, where you can make other people's body parts go out on them, Harry.
Disease man.
Well, it just takes a while to wear people down, I guess.
So you feel like everything is going well back there
No, not
today.
saying that everything is going well, but he's acting like I'm just fucking around when I'm trying to get something, a
Right.
piece of audio that I can't get, not because I'm not looking, but no one gave it to me until this morning.
Right.
And then to drag me and go, we're off our game.
No, I'm just saying.
What is that? Why?
We could always do better. We could always be
Sure,
better.
we could always do, but to say like we're doing shitty, like I'm doing shitty
Who said
today,
that?
All right, I'm
that's
gonna
what
call,
off our game means, Earl.
Who
I-
said
I'm
that?
gonna
I
call
just said
Bobby,
we could
and
always be
Bobby-
better.
Yeah, Bobby, what's really happening? Because I'm not getting the real story.
The thing that happens is something very, very minute will go wrong,
Uh-huh.
and Earl will freak out and make it worse by freaking out. Like, not saying that Earl's doing the wrong thing, but he takes everything very, very seriously. Like, just say when the phones are being flipped. I'm trying my darndest, and he goes, flip the phone, flip the phone. I'm trying to answer, and I'm like, Earl, I know, I'm flipping them, I'm trying, I'm going. Like, and it just works me up. It makes it, it makes it more, it makes it a lot, the anxiety builds up, and then you see it, you have to get distracted because you see it going over
Right.
there, and now we have to have this conversation, which is
Right, I look in the other room and it looks like all hell's breaking loose in there.
Exactly, but it's not. It's a little thing that builds up to
All right, let me check with Paulie. Paulie, you agree here? It's all Earl's fault?
You better be loud on that mic, Paulie.
What is it, Paulie?
I don't know. I think Bobby's accurate. I mean, it's a little thing that you just need Earl's attention for, and it becomes a big thing because he either gets distracted or he loses his train.
So
of
Earl's
thought.
the problem.
He's not the problem. He's very focused on what he's doing, but when you ruin his concentration, then he has to get back to what he was doing. Then he's 30 seconds behind or whatever,
Right.
and he needs to try to catch up. And
All right, Earl, this is a revolution against you. You're the EP here. This is the first time I ever saw Harry lining the guys up behind him.
All your little Canadians are finally speaking up.
It's not even that. It's just Earl has he means
Do not use the N-word.
no.
Only if it's necessary.
Earl means, for example, Earl means very well, but when you have oafs like Paulie around,
Right.
So Ron will make an obscure comment saying now he wants soup for lunch. So
I don't even remember this.
Okay, neither do I.
Yeah.
But Earl hears it and says, get soup menus. So Paul fucking there's an imprint of Paul in the studio door running out the door like this. He gets a fucking menu, brings it to you, and then you're like, what the fuck is this? Because
He comes to me in the last break. Soups! I go, what are you talking about?
But that's
Let me get this right. That was Earl's doing? That the soup idiot came in here?
No, I never said bring it in the studio. I said have it ready. Somehow that translated to bring it into the studio.
Well, when's he going to order it?
Sale, soup for sale.
So let's have it ready. So in the event it was like, hey, do we have any soup menus? Then you can bring it
Earl,
in.
you're losing your whole team.
Half the time I come in here with a note and you look at it and you go, what the fuck is this? It's from him. It's not always
No.
from me. I mean,
I
it's
think
from
you-
me too, but it's not always me.
I think you've got all the ingredients for retard soup in that room.
No, wait a minute. Whenever there's a note in there, it's always just remind them like we have this segment coming up going in.
I don't remember being upset about any notes. When's the last one?
okay, I
Really?
have
The
the perfect.
Yes.
I punched you in the
You
chest?
took the post-it and flare chopped it back on my chest.
What did it say?
I don't
on
even
it?
remember.
I don't
Who knows?
remember that
Oh,
happened.
I remember what it is.
Specific, yeah.
You tell it.
I have the perfect example. The perfect example. This was one of the funniest things that ever happened on the Ron and Fez show behind the
Off
scenes,
air.
but no one knows about it. Earl,
We're interviewing one of the Marines.
Yeah, when we had the map was it
Jarhead, the guy
yeah,
who wrote
the
Jarhead.
guy who
Right.
wrote Jarhead. So people are calling in saying, don't forget to wish the Marines a happy birthday because it's the Marines' birthday.
Right.
We all set it up. So Earl says, okay, tell Ron it's the Marines' birthday and what year. Go get a year. Go get a year. Go get how many years it is. So Harry writes it down, walks in. Now I'm sitting there just answering phones.
No, wait a minute. Let me stop.
Wait,
there.
no,
I
no,
said,
no, no.
Finish the
I said,
story.
get
I-
a
yeah, let him
I said,
tell the
get a
story.
confirmation that it's the.
I let him tell the
Bullshit.
story.
Okay, so Harry walks in, gives the note to Ron. All of a sudden, Harry walks back in the booth, kicks my water bottle, throws something, flips out, and I'm like, dude, what happened? He hands me the note. It says on the front, Marine's birthday to whatever, how many years old. On the
250th
back, Ron
Don't tell the story.
wrote on the back, buy a cake and eat it. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Earl's the only one not laughing now.
All right, now, Harry, why would that make you go back and kick water and be
Because
upset?
it's one of the many things that has happened. And now I can look back on and laugh, but for
Did
everyone,
anyone do it?
We still have
And then,
that.
then I did go, and then I did write back to Ron, for real? Like, confused, like, really? Is that the next bit? Because, I mean, I've eaten dog
in
food.
the middle of a fucking interview. What was I going to tell the guy?
It wasn't.
It's the birthday of the Marines. That's
It's
not the
not
kind
me.
of show
It wasn't
we
my
do.
idea.
I should have sang it like Marilyn Monroe.
No, what I said was, I said, get a confirmation on it.
To
Somehow-
do what with it?
Who gives
What
a
are we
fuck?
going to do with it, Earl?
No, I'm just saying, get a confirmation. I didn't say go run into the studio
Earl.
on it. I said, get a confirmation on it.
And do
That's
what?
all I
Sit
had-
on it? What am I
that's
going
all-
to do with it? What do we do with those confirmations? It's
But-
information for the show, right?
See, but if your head is in the fucking show, if he says, if
Right.
someone calls up and say, hey, if it's the Marine's birthday, we're not like twisting in the wind trying to find the information. You walk in with the information and it says, yes, it's the Marine's birthday.
And then Ron can write, buy a cake and eat
No.
it on the back of
I'm
it.
just saying. No, all I said was,
That's my favorite.
I said, have the information
I don't
ready.
recall that at
have
all.
the menu ready.
Earl, with all due respect, you know you're the best at getting little tidbits. Like if Ron needs a tidbit, you're 10 steps ahead, always, all the time. But I never run in the studio. I'm smart enough not to just run in. I know Paulie fucking runs in like a retard constantly. Harry will do it because he has to, because he gets the guillotine every time. But
I'm the
you
middleman.
just say, sometimes you just say, soup, and no one knows. And then once Paulie walks out, you're like, all right, just have it ready. And I'm like, Earl, he left
Exactly.
10
have
seconds
it
ago.
ready.
But he's not in the
But after he
room.
left, so he doesn't know. He's gonna run right in the studio. Roddy wants soup.
He's
Here.
getting ready for a
No!
setup. A good fella's shot to the back of the head. He doesn't even know it. Poor
All
guy.
I know is that today a big retard totem pole came in here saying, soup.
But nobody's upset about that. That didn't make me upset or, even the thing with buy a cake and eat it. It was just because it was a distraction because I'm doing an interview at the time. I wasn't upset or angry about it.
With that buy a cake and eat it thing, just the disgust from you to him is encased in that post-it, and I kept it. I have it actually framed.
See, I have a
would you?
problem
It's
with that.
the greatest piece of
Well,
work.
Ron,
Quit collecting evidence.
no one knows that the listeners can't see over the radio the looks that you fucking shoot Harry that make me die. It's a look of fucking death, and Harry just has this I want to cry look on constantly, and it's hysterical.
All right, man up, Harry, first of all. Stop worrying.
It's not even worry, but it's
Well,
just,
when
but
you
he
came in
says-
here mad at Earl, you were all teared up.
No, I wasn't all teared up. Today is actually I was just furious about it
Yeah,
because
today
it's
you
not
were
the
ready.
first time.
I will say this. You finally got around to doing this. Earl backed down, and this thing has gotten straightened out in there. Maybe you should have done this from the beginning.
No, it's just also I don't want to piss the guy off. I'm trying to develop a good working relationship with the guy, but it's not, today there's nothing that I did that warranted the guys don't have their head in the game.
Right.
I mean, it's happened before, and I can question it. Today, it's fucking inexcusable that he would go, "Oh, you're doing a shitty job today. Your head's not in the
I never
game."
said that. I just said, I
I'm
am
not focused.
very, very driven. I love what I do. I care about the show a lot. I care about you guys a lot,
Thank you.
and I want this show to be.
And Harry doesn't, you're saying.
No,
That sounds what it's like to me.
and I want this show to be the best show on the air.
So what
period.
about me trying to get stuff for the show didn't help the show?
No, let me finish. And I just said, and it's probably me, but sometimes I wonder if they want it as bad as I do.
I see.
And and every once in a while, you just got to say, you got to ask that question: how bad do you want it? How much do you want the show to succeed? Just trying to remind everyone to keep the focus and stay focused. And it's not that nothing's going that we're not in focus. It's just sometimes you got to keep. The Colts are 13-0, and I bet you Tony Dungy is still saying, "Stay focused."
You're the Tony Dungy of this show. You really are.
Earl, again, more generalizations. What did that have to do with me? I hadn't been in that room for more than a minute.
Sounds like you're
today.
not focused, the way it sounds to me.
It sounds.
Your head's not in the game.
Do you understand when you
You
say
don't want it.
when you say shit like that? It makes it sound like I don't give a fuck, and then I'm not participating at all. When the fact is, I'm out there trying to get something.
You're not as driven as Earl.
All right, here's Jeremy. Jeremy, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, what is this, gang up on Earl Day today?
It did seem like the whole staff turned on Earl to a man.
I expected a little better from you guys. This is like gang up on a nigga today?
All right, I turn around, and everybody back there, as soon as this door opened up, Earl, they all came after you, one after another.
No, I don't care. Bring it on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those guys that I won't crack under criticism. I can handle criticism. I'm very comfortable. You know, I want criticism, quite honestly, because it makes me better.
Unlike Harry, makes him worse. Here's Dirty. You're on Ron Fez.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Earl,
Hey.
be a man. You got to shit on these kids. Don't let them yell at you.
Yeah, you do got to man up with them, Earl.
And I'm fighting off.
You
a
were
cold.
stewing with it, and instead of yelling and saying, "Here's what I want done," you were stewing in it back.
And that's always been me. I've always internalized everything. I never like really go crazy. Not like when I was younger, I was a lunatic.
I don't know.
Hey, this is all I want to say is it's been my point of view from day one, and I've said it on the show before, that the communication between everyone was the problem. And I have so much respect for Earl, because I see in him how much he wants to help the show.
Right.
But I see around, like, things getting said to him, and things not getting done or the wrong things getting done, and I, like, just, like, that I see it happening.
Oh, you're talking crazy. No one knows what you mean.
No, but I mean,
now.
it's just, I could see the problems with everything. And I think
Is
it's
this why your
because-
parents got divorced?
They never got divorced. My dad died.
Oh.
I
Still left her.
I knew they weren't together.
Well, I have to go to the grave for the first time Sunday, but that's a different thing.
Not to me.
Well, according to these guys, Earl screams in there like he's Hattie McDaniel.
Well, they're two new producers. Like, they never done this before.
Who hasn't? Earl's done it his whole life.
I thought he was a promotions guy and a general.
No,
and
he was a producer for a long time.
But he was the sole producer, like
Mm-hmm.
an executive producer.
Yeah.
SOUL producer.
Yeah.
He's going to be the first black executive producer to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, whatever. Well,
There hasn't been a black coach yet?
No, I think Tony Dungy will be the first coach.
Wow.
The first black coach to
I
go
had
to the
no
Super
idea
Bowl.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Art Shell didn't go, did he? Denny Green never made it.
That's stunning to me.
Yeah.
Well, basically, to sum up what I was saying, Earl needs to be tougher with everyone, and you have to know what each other is saying.
What?
He sounds like a talk show, like one of those guests on the Ricky Lake show that just, I want to talk to the guy in the right.
I don't know. You're odd, Bill. Here is Bruce. Bruce, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, I just want to say I'm on Earl's side. Like everybody said, he is the executive producer, and if he has to crack a whip, he has to crack a whip. Screw everybody else. You got
Well,
Eric.
yesterday, Earl had the meeting with Wiki, and it really went bad.
Well,
Really, we were embarrassed for Earl because he didn't have any facts together.
Yeah, I mean.
And you
yeah.
weren't assertive.
Yeah,
That was a disaster yesterday, Earl.
Yes, that's my fault, and I understood that, and I learned from it.
Wiki said to me afterwards, is he okay? Because it seemed like a lot of times you were trying to catch your breath, you were sweating, and you just didn't know what you were saying.
I am sick as a dog.
Yeah.
I will not lie about that.
Yeah.
I mean, being assertive is one thing, but tell me what I should have done today, Earl. Let me know. Like, what should I have done differently that my head wasn't in the game?
Harry really wants to get an answer out of you,
He
Earl.
wants an answer
Because
out
you know
of
what
you,
it
Earl.
is? He always does the generalization thing, and
Yeah.
then it just sounds, when you do a generalization, it sounds like I'm doing a shitty job, but we're not going to get into it.
And you guys have never become a team. You got to admit that, Harry.
No, I mean, I have all the respect for Earl. I will
that's
do
not
what he
that's
tells
not
me.
the same thing as being a team.
You don't work together.
Yeah.
Well, at the same token, I hate to draw down the curtain. Harry's never here.
Ah.
When the show's over,
he's gone.
He's gone.
No, this last week, yeah, I haven't been here, and you know why that is. I explained that to you off the air.
You completely explained it to me. I mean, but as a whole, you're not here.
He's not committed.
That doesn't mean I'm not doing work.
He never
though.
committed.
No, it doesn't mean he's not doing work. It's not mean. I mean, but it's hard to build a rapport when he's doing his thing and
Right.
I'm here.
But
and it's just it was just.
It doesn't mean I'm
never,
not.
And this never clicked.
And does that rub off on Bobby and Paul?
Oh yeah.
Is that why they were awful interns?
Well, they weren't awful. They weren't awful.
They're pretty bad.
Paulie's the worst I've ever seen. Seriously.
I know. I'd rather get pudding in here from the NEW days.
Do we get to grade them? Because if so, now that we're at the end of this, you fail, Paulie. Big F.
I think we have to write some type of.
It works out to a C average, though, because I'm giving Bobby an A.
We have to write an evaluation report.
Yeah. Just write F.
Anyway.
Just the evaluation is stupid, odd, and uncomfortable.
And I'm going to do what you did to us. At the bottom of your evaluation, I'm just going to write soup and see if your teacher can figure it out like we had to try to do.
Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, I think
Earl's hiding his personal matters and burying it in the guys around him, because I think he's all fucked up over getting dragged into that Frankie Blue lawsuit.
Are you involved in that, Earl?
That's the personal part. Earl's going to have to testify.
I'm probably going to have to testify.
Well, you can't sell a brother out.
I mean, no one is I have not seen a thing. I have not seen any court papers, but of course.
How much H was everybody doing?
I have no idea.
Earl's Tom Robinson.
If you had to guess.
I don't know if any H was involved, quite honestly. I know there was drinking involved. That I will say.
Well, just say that.
But it was a Christmas party. You know, people party at a Christmas party. It was a Christmas luncheon.
Has Frankie worked since then?
Yes.
Where's he at now?
I think he's running like some type of artist management company.
I see.
But no, I'm thinking this thing was dead and buried, and then Ben, of course, the bear of all news, is like, "Hey, so you ready for your court date?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
It was in the paper today.
Yeah, and I opened up like page 16 or something, and there it was, all the guts hanging out of it. So I'm like, great. Now I'm probably gonna have to take a day off to go to court, or at least a day off to go to court.
I know we got all this fighting, this in-house fighting going on, but here's the male nurse, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, I know why Harry's so disrespectful and doesn't want to be a part of the team, because he's a fucking terrorist and he's working for a cell.
All right, Harry, you say you do want to be part of the team. It's just that you're not getting the respect from Earl. You're not getting the...
It's not necessarily respect, but there's times where he throws me under the bus for things that didn't happen. Like, there's plenty of shit you could blame me for, and I'll I fucked up, admittedly. But today certainly wasn't one of them, and this is not the first time he's done it.
Yeah.
And I still didn't get an answer of what I should have done today that was different.
You did throw him under, what is
Exhibit A.
What is this?
Here's the bit list for today.
Uh-huh.
I've always said, type it out. Everyone can read it. Pat, can you run this in there?
And it's usually typed out, except I didn't have access to a computer because we still don't have those, Earl.
What happened? I thought
which is your job as an EP, isn't it?
We have computers coming in, Earl.
Yeah, the computers got here yesterday.
This looks like a retarded kid.
I have
scribbled out, "I
handwriting,
love you."
I know.
Yeah, this is hideous. It's just terrible.
But it's not always been like that. It's been like that. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it hasn't always been like that. It's just the last 2 days because I haven't had access to a computer. So rather than have no bit list or have it late, I wrote it out.
Here is, it's Asshole. Asshole, you're on the Ron Fez show.
Yeah, I'm behind Earl, man. He needs to find a new team. Get rid of that fucking Harry. He comes up with a fucking excuse or something or has a bad attitude. Just start all over. Nuke the fucking team and start all over.
Earl, why don't you do that instead of complaining all the time? You are the EP.
Yeah, I mean, skip to the fucking end and just start all over.
No, I'll run it through you guys. I mean, again,
I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not back there every day. I just want the shit handed to me.
Okay.
Fez and I are in here. But I did see this happen today. Your entire team turned on you as the EP. Bobby fucking sold you out. Paulie.
You had a mutiny.
Even Bill.
Hey, but you know what?
And all you came up with is that Harry had childish handwriting.
Well, it was just, when we lived through this already, especially when we rolled the show out, things weren't ready, no communication.
What wasn't ready today?
I'm not saying today. I'm just saying over the course of the months.
Here's my problem. Today isn't the first day where you go, today things are crazy. Today, I know that's a great Black Girl impression.
It's a good impression.
Today, no one has their head in the game, and I'm looking at Bobby just kind of tapping, wondering, like, what is he talking about? Because I wasn't here, and Bobby just shrugging. I don't know what he's talking about.
Earl, be more assertive. That's exactly what you have to do. I mean, I come in here, Paulie comes in, and he sits around for an hour before these two get here.
I don't understand what you're saying. Who sits around?
Paulie.
Paulie gets here first?
He has nothing to do, and he gets here, early, and... I mean,
so he's not telling the interns what to do.
Not exactly.
Okay.
But
here's Larry. Larry, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, Earl. You're big pussy. You got 3 guys. They're interns. You've got the coverage on these guys, and you can't even tell them what they got to do, and you can't even come up with a real excuse as to why there's a little problem with whatever you've got going on with them. You got to tell them what the problem is right at that point. You're sitting there. You're generalizing.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to do that when a show is going on.
No, it's not a problem at all.
Not at all.
If you had specifics, go ahead and rip them.
I mean, I have all the respect in the world for Earl, and he busts his ass. It's just that, especially today, there's times where he does that, where it just makes me look like a piece of shit, and I don't want to do it anymore.
He did make you look like a piece of shit today. Here is CT. CT, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, Harry, just use Anthony's computer, you lying sack of cunt.
Harry is a lying sack of cunt.
I'm sure he won't mind.
No, I'm trying to stay away from that.
Just leave him some matches.
Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, I just want to say, comparing this to comparing Earl to Tony Dungy, I mean, this is more like he's Steve DeBerg, and it's 1976.
Ouch.
That's bad.
Yeah.
It's fucking throw Earl in the bag time.
That was Steve Spurrier.
I mean, Earl stays here till like 1 a.m. every day, and he works damn hard for the show. And
But
he just got like every day before I leave, I go, Earl, what do you need me to do tonight? And what do you need me to make this? Do you need me to search this? And he's just like, nah, nothing. And I just go home and.
See, Earl, you won't tell these guys what to do.
No, but
according to your psychotic lawyer here, Bill.
No, if there was something to do, I would absolutely tell him to do it. Absolutely, without question. And there's just things that I have to handle on my own.
Nobody.
I'm losing my voice.
Earl works amazingly hard. I'm not taking anything.
How would
away
you
from
know?
him.
You're never here, according to him.
Not never here. I mean, especially the last week I've had.
Has he ever been here, Earl? Has he ever put in the time since the beginning?
What, compared to me?
Yeah.
Compared to you, no.
Compared to me, no, not at all.
Compared to a normal person.
But again, he has classes 3 days a week, so he's always out by like 2:30, 3 o'clock.
And then, but I'm also doing all the editing and things from home, so it's not like work doesn't get done. I also get here. I usually try to get here around 8. You show up around 10:30, and I don't begrudge you for that because you're here late, so you can do that. But you don't see where I'm here in the morning. Now this really doesn't matter to any listeners, but I mean, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, we've lost it now. Now we've lost what the problem is. We never did find out what the problem is.
I never heard the specific of today, what I should have done differently.
Earl, he's asking for it. Let him have it.
Earl doesn't have the point to put in there.
What I'm saying is Earl felt a little. He felt like he wasn't on his game today, and then he just tried to generalize the whole team.
No, we were not in sync today, at all.
I still haven't heard what we did that we weren't in sync.
We just were not. We are not communicating. We are not.
Earl, here's the communication. The whole team is blaming it on you. Every one of these interns and your other producer.
No, and you know what? And at that point, I was going to gather them all together. It's like sometimes I got to say things 3 and 4 times to get the point across. I'm like, hey, I'm just throwing a very general thing out. Just like, hey, can you do this, this, and this?
Right.
And then I'm like, okay.
I rank all these guys how useful they are to you, from first to last.
Who's your number one guy?
Who's my number one guy?
Yeah.
Oddly enough, Bill.
Bill. Okay, Bill's number one.
Because Bill will go through a wall for this place.
All right, number 2.
Bobby.
Bobby's number 2. All right, now who's number 3?
Harry.
All right,
okay,
Harry.
Great. No, 3. Okay,
and
good. Bobby, Bill, you can cut up
the
bits. I'm going to be out of here at 2.
I'll cut bits.
And then Paulie is the last guy.
Oh, Paulie's Paulie.
I'll go get soup. Me and Paulie will go get soup.
No.
What is it, Bobby?
Bill is a good intern.
But,
very, very good intern.
But
he's not our intern. Earl, Earl sees him doing stuff for the other show and says he's my number one guy. But
that's my point, though. But is anybody?
But he's here all the time.
Yeah.
This fucking kid
he's into it.
Just because he hates his personal life doesn't mean he's the number one.
But he's
intern.
here every day.
He's here every day for our show and O&A show. And he's running around doing stuff. You can't take this away from the guy. And you're walking around with a belt on, and you're getting laughs, but you're not getting any work done.
I got to say this. If Bill wasn't here every day, Harry and Earl would be screwed.
And, Bobby, you're bringing in pictures of your mom. Tell me you wouldn't do her. Tell me you wouldn't do her. That's not getting work done.
Yeah, but I do everything I'm told to do, and I keep my mouth shut.
This kid doesn't do. Bill doesn't do everything he's told to do. He thinks of things to do. He does more.
I try to think of things also. I even help Bill half the time. Bill helps me. I help Bill.
Why are you mad that Bill's number 1 and you're number 2?
I'm not mad. It's just like
neither one of you, both of you are interns, and you ranked higher than the producer.
Well, we all knew that.
It's just ridiculous.
We all knew that coming in. It's just It's like that's fucked up because during the show. I'm sitting there and I'm answering phones. I'm breaching communication between Paulie, Earl, Harry, Earl. Because then when
you're doing everything.
Well, I'm trying to do everything, and I keep my mouth shut. Besides, I don't say like, "Oh, look the fuck I'm doing."
It seems like it's falling apart, ladies. It seems like it's falling apart. All right, let's play the Elfish song here.
I couldn't.
You couldn't find it?
No, I have it, but it's almost 3 minutes. So if you want to play,
you don't have it.
No, we do have it. We have the whole song.
What are you saying?
You asked for the hook, and there's no real hook to it. It's more of a discontinuing story.
Paulie, why did you finish last?
It's a little frustrating to me. Earl gets here at 10:30. I get here before anybody in the morning from our staff, and while I'm here, I'm looking at the papers and/or on the computer getting you guys news stories for the
Not
next
one news
day.
story you've ever gotten for us.
Again with the fucking news story.
Dude,
Jesus,
you fucking do shit in front of them so you fucking look like you're doing something. I do stuff.
Bro, you fucking run out of here.
Oh,
You
boy.
run out of here as soon as the show ends. You're like, I gotta get to my train in the Ranger game.
True.
I hang around if anybody fucking needs anything.
Was that
and you
Phil?
know what? If you
Was
want to
that
talk
Paul?
about if you want to talk about writing fucking bits, I write fucking shit. Harry's like, I gotta fucking rework it, and then it never fucking comes out. Whatever. That's not my fault. I can't talently fucking write, but I try. I'm not fucking running out of here like news stories. What the fuck does that even mean? I could grab a paper and be like, here, Ron, fucking final salute, thousands of Okay.
Wait, I will use that.
Cop fucking died. There's your story. I did what fucking Paul just did.
Can you make 2 copies of that?
Yeah.
Are you saying you want to be number 4? If you don't start speaking up into a mic.
It goes like this. First of all, you get your hand on my head. Whatever you tell me to do, I do. Whether it's run to the fucking store in the 13-degree weather, or whether I run and get news stories for you and have you 4 pages of news stories with 3 stories on each page. I do whatever you ask me to do, even the shit stuff.
Who are you talking to?
Whoever's like
Who are you talking
killing
to?
me.
I wasn't killing
Apparently,
you.
you sent him out on a dog sled in
But no,
13-degree weather.
I get killed and say I don't do anything around here, and I do everything that I'm asked to do.
I didn't say you didn't do anything. You just said I do stuff in front of them, and you're here before me. Well, what does that mean? Believe me, I wasn't going to attack
This is
you.
a fucking meltdown. Earl, your staff has melted down today because you couldn't pull it together. This entire place is screaming at each other.
I got news for you. Now we're off our game, Earl. I hope you're happy. Now we're off the game.
All right, now we got some help here. Here's Anthony. Anthony, how you doing, pal?
Hey, how you doing? I'm just driving, listening, and I could not listen to Paulie defending himself. Now, this story never would have made the light of day if it wasn't for Paulie defending himself so adamantly, and now I have to bring it up.
All right, go ahead.
Just today, the great Earl got tickets for my girlfriend to go see Gwen Stefani at Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
So you know how much I enjoy hanging around the studio after the show.
Uh-huh.
I love it, but I really do have things to do and want to get out of here immediately. So I expected the tickets to be waiting for me, but I'm not crazy. If someone needs to run out and get them, that's fine. I told Earl at about, I guess, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there, where there was a couple of hours to fit in getting these tickets, which were a block away, by the way. So Earl sent out Paulie to get these tickets. Apparently, I hear later on that Bill had to go get them, and Bill was gone for 5 minutes, and he came back, tickets in hand. Paulie apparently went there, waited 10 minutes. When no one came up to him and handed this mysterious man tickets, he just left. Didn't ask a question, didn't do it, just left without the tickets.
No, if
Paulie,
you want
what
to
is
know
going
the
on?
truth, and
Paulie,
you want to
you
know
giant ass.
You want to know how it goes like this. I went there, I waited for 10 minutes. I was told, wait 5 minutes. The guy doesn't have the package ready. He'll have it in 5 minutes. So I waited 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I went back to the guy at the desk that called up to the Interscope people. He said, I'll be right down. I waited another 10 minutes. Then he called upstairs again, and I was told, come back in 30 minutes. We don't have it ready or we can't find it. That's what happened.
I heard 10 minutes. He was there. He
You
left.
heard wrong,
that
sir.
was the story I heard.
Oh, shit.
From Earl, and then Bill went, and like I said, Bill goes, and boom, he is back so fast tickets in hand and, thanking me for the opportunity to go and
Because
get
Bill
them.
went 40 minutes after I did.
40 minutes.
What?
Well,
Did
just
you ever come
listening
back,
to-
Paulie? Or did someone roll a ball and you chased it down the street?
Yeah, something like that.
What happens with you? There's no focus.
Were you just looking up at the sky waiting for the tickets to fall out of it?
Yeah, mysteriously hope.
And I can't believe he got sent out in this weather.
Bill, was it difficult for you?
No. I just did what I...
No, Bill is the best.
He is by far the best.
Absolutely. And on a side note, I hear listeners call up all the time and say this. I almost fucking crashed. I had tears in my eyes. Buy a cake and eat it.
That's for the Marine Corps.
I could not drive. My eyes were full of tears. I was crying, picturing Ronnie writing that.
You know what's funny, Ant? I know this probably happens to you too. I have no recall of this whatsoever.
framed in my room.
For him, it's like a big deal, and it was crushing. For me,
Yeah.
it meant just get out of my face.
It was nothing.
Well,
You're killing me.
And the whole show is falling apart around Earl. They've all lined up against him.
It's mutiny, but
Yeah.
Earl has to understand something. Earl, you have to be like the captain of the old schooner. It doesn't matter what the crew thinks, if they think what you're doing is right, wrong, if you're crazy, if you're asking them to swap a clean deck, you're the captain. There's no questions asked. Just do. You tell them to do a job, they do it, and that's it.
Now, Earl, I'll only say this: if my team all lined up against me on the air, they would live in hell for months to come. There would be punishments aplenty.
The problem is the ship Earl's steering is the
Yeah.
Amistad.
I mean, Earl, can you imagine? Yeah, Earl, you going? Oh, here's what's wrong with Ron, and I wouldn't fucking get even with you.
No, all I'll say is it is dark and hell is hot.
I don't know what that means, but you're saying
He's calling himself Hell.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that. No, again.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Pardon me for encouraging you to think. Okay, those days are over. I'm going to treat you like an imbecile.
All right.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, talk to you later, Ant.
Cake and eat it.
All right,
Later.
Thanks, Anthony.
Paulie, it does embarrass me that you can't pull off one thing here and Bill can. That does embarrass me. And you're wearing your free fucking T-shirt. I had to pull that off you like it was branded.
I know.
You're acting stupid as hell, and then you have the words Ron and Fez written on your chest.
If you'd like to advertise on a retarded billboard, give us a call.
Here is Frank. Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, love your show.
Yeah.
Just want to say, man, there's no I in teamwork.
I know, I said that too, and then Bobby said there is one in the N-word. So
Yeah.
I don't know where to go with it. I'm upset as anybody. What are you going to do?
Can't argue with it.
Gabrielle or Gabriel? I can't tell.
Gabriel.
Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I think all the interns should quit. Earl's been a dick lately, man. I don't think anybody should have to work under a nigger.
Oh.
Play the song, Earl. Play it. Come on.
Don't play it for him, Earl.
Come on.
He just wants it. He just wants it.
Don't give in to him, Earl.
Yeah.
Don't give in to the hate.
Don't let him have it. Here is Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, yeah, I got a solution for your problem.
Yeah.
You need to go Columbine on them guys.
You know, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind just running up and down the street here, but, you know, we're at the point where it's going to be Harry or Earl. It can't be both. We know that now. We know that. Hey, Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie,
Yeah, buddy.
I think you got to get rid of that token producer you got.
You know, I will say this, Earl, and I know it's a rough day for you. Opie. You're representing Opie, whether you believe it or not.
This is true. He pulled a lot of strings.
Yeah.
All of them.
He pulled all of them. Yeah.
Ropes.
Do you have to mention rope?
He
Sorry.
begged me. He goes, I will owe you if you take Earl. By the way, he hasn't brought that up since I took Earl. But before that, it was like, if you take Earl, I'll make this up to you.
That's good to know that that's still there.
Yeah.
Remember, we took Earl?
Yeah, but, you know, and right now he can't even make eye contact with me ever since it happened.
I know, he's always got to rush out the door.
Oh, yeah, I don't have time to talk. He doesn't even know what I want to talk about. Yeah, well, maybe he does know. So, Earl, make it happen for yourself, big guy.
No, man, I'm going to snap out of it.
I don't know. Here's Bob. Bob, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, guys, speaking of teamwork, you got to go with the famous Sergeant Barnes from Platoon when he says, when the machine breaks down, we break down.
Right. Barnes! Barnes! That was my favorite scene in that movie. What a great movie.
I haven't seen it forever.
Here is, here's Rich. Rich, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, how you guys doing? Harry's telling Earl to give him specifics on what he's doing wrong, but he's having a fit when Earl's just giving generalizations. I think if Earl told him specific stuff, Harry'd be all over him.
I don't know.
He couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Earl. He kind of got backed down by Harry. It surprised me. But he's right. You couldn't give out any specifics, Earl.
And that's all Harry wanted.
I'm trying to calm down. I just started to calm down, and I feel awful right now.
Why?
I'm just very congested.
Yeah.
I think I caught what you got.
Well, we weren't making out yesterday, so that is going to happen, Earl. Here is Tom. Tom, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, you guys need to pull the shades, quit looking at that crew, and get back to Canada. You're on a roll.
You know what? I was enjoying the Canada discussion, but that all got shut to shit. Fez and I were going out of our way to bring two countries together, and that's done.
Yeah,
I thought we were making progress, too.
The morning was wonderful.
Yeah.
Best in a while. Get back.
Thank you very much. I'd love to get back into it, but you can't. Once you're off the topic, it's gone for you. Robert, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, solution to your problem. Earl, you're the HNIC, so either run their ass off or get them doing their job.
Thank you very much. Earl, I'm sorry when you have to hear stuff like that.
What are you going to do?
And you're sick, right?
No,
Made you sick from all these people.
No, I think it's a head cold. It's all my...
Hey, here's... let's go right away to Ken. Ken, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, how you doing? I got a trivia question for Captain Earl.
Mm-hmm.
Ask him if he knows what rock musician was in the movie Platoon.
What rock musician was in the movie Platoon? Now, I know Johnny Depp was in that film, but I can't think of a rock musician. Can you, Earl?
I believe that was Mr. Corey Glover.
Damn it! Okay, he can keep his job. Out.
What did he play, Earl?
I don't know the role. He was one of the few guys that was actually left in the movie that survived. He kind of crawled out. I mean, but he's very prominently in the movie.
Wow, I wasn't even aware of that. All right. Nice one, Earl. Way to be on top of it. I wonder if Paulie or Bobby would have gotten that.
They would have let you down, Earl.
Here is Roger. Roger, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Listen, we got to give Earl full flare chop authority.
You know,
anything goes wrong, he's flare chopping.
You know, I told Wiki yesterday, and we had words about it. I go, I'll punch the interns at any time. He goes, no, we can't do that at XM. I go, I do. That's the difference between me and you. I throw hands.
Does anyone know that for sure in the XM handbook?
Sometimes I'll have to flare chop a Post-it note right to their chest. And then they have to wear it back with their shame.
While they're eating cake.